Yo, what's up? Wild Bill back at you. Peace and blessings to all my social media friends and followers. I'm gonna jump right into things. I want to talk a little bit about Max B and Jim Jones. It's not going to be long. I'm just going to hit on the key points, a few key points with the two, because right now there's a lot of controversy, a lot of talk between the two of them, and neither one of them is going anywhere. That's what I'm getting out this situation. So they're going to be around. Like Max B, he came home, French Montana, showed him love. He's doing his thing. He's happy, but is he really happy? Do he have real animosity about Jim Jones? I believe he do. Why? Because Jim Jones did him dirty. And my life situation, I've been done dirty too. And when I mean done dirty, like I came up on the streets, and my come up on the streets, I was in the streets, I was getting money, I was messing with official dudes, but once I got jammed up, all the love went out the window. They did me dirty, they left me for dead. And the only thing they was worried about, I was 16 years old on Rikers Island, I got one visit from two of my big homies, they're not even big homies, but two of the older heads I was under getting money with. What they do, they came and seen me, and they want to talk about me telling. They was like, yo, I know there's a lot going on. You 16, there's a lot of pressure. You might do a lot of time in jail. You want to make sure you don't tell, keep people's name out. I'm looking at them like, yo, you crazy? The fuck I look like telling? I ain't no rat, That's how I was brought up. So telling wasn't an option back in the day. But I was shitted on because my first bid was 12 years in the state. I did 12 years with no help. I had to get it how I get it. I had to put that work in. Rikers Island, upstate. Yeah, I had to put on. I put on for my city. I put on for my hood. And my favorite word, I'm from the Bronx. If one West Side dude is in the spot, we deep. Because we going to rep for our hood. That's how I was on it. But getting back to Max B, just to get out of jail, to get out on bail. Jim Jones played them shit on. That's supposed to be his man. He made one of Jim Jones' biggest hits, I believe, Ballin'. He wrote for Jim Jones. He wrote a few other things, but Jim Jones made this man sign over his rights. Made him agree to a 6-album contract just to get bailed out. I'd be mad too if I was Max B. Yeah, he might be smiling everybody's face in the public eye, but is he really happy? Do he want revenge? He just came home. He's happy right now because he's free. But that he didn't get the chance to sit and really think about everything that happened and reflect, because things is moving so fast for him. So fast. That lifestyle. He's coming back into a baller lifestyle. He's coming back on top of the food chain. So the reality really didn't kick in. And I don't know, he's partying, he's drinking, he's smoking. I don't know what parole officer, if he's on parole or he beat the case. I don't know what parole system will let you do all the things he's doing in the public eye, traveling all over the different states, no curfew. I don't know his conditions, his stipulations, but, it's a lot going on. He went from being in a 10 by 12 box to having the whole world damn near in the palm of his hands. That's a lot. But there's going to come a time where he's going to have to sit down and reflect on what's going on, because you don't want to move fast like that and make the wrong mistake, the wrong decision, and be caught up in a trick bag, caught up in an indictment, caught up where you driving around and somebody you in a car with one of your bodyguards ain't really legit, or don't got his paperwork right and get caught with a gun in the car because he wasn't supposed to have this gun with these gun laws in certain states. Yeah, he's legit, but he ain't had the permission to have his gun in a different state because he's moving around state to state. Then they saying something about the Ja Rule situation. He jumped on Ja Rule or whatever. I don't know. I don't get too much into that, But I can understand if he's really mad at Jim. Eventually, they're going to have to come and have a sit down. They're going to have to, because they can't keep on going with this dispute, because it caused problems on these streets. It caused problems in the hip-hop you know what I'm saying, nature with them beefing, people choosing teams and all that. But now, getting back focused, Jim Jones and Max B, their characters, as far as trying to be street individuals, is questionable. We already know Jim Jones ain't right. Jim Jones was on a wiretap talking about somebody got to go lay him down. Tekashi 6ix9ine situation, Mel Matrix, that whole situation, that's like, it's questionable, suspect. You know, Max B gave back 75 years. Not saying Max B told, not saying I don't know. I didn't do my homework on that. I don't know too much about Max B case and what happened. Some people say he wasn't even there for the situation. I don't know. I ain't get deep in depth. I ain't do my homework, my research on how Max B gave that 75 years back. How he got 60 or 50 years off his bed. And he's walking the streets right now. You know, you got lawyers, he got money, he got the right backing. French Montana got the bag right now. So, of course, they're going to lawyer him up and get him back in the courts so he can get back to these streets because he's an asset to them. They know he's a writer. What he was doing in jail, you know, sending music home, sending joints home, and people was able to use in the jail. I mean, from him being in jail with the information, the songs, everything he sent out to the streets. You know, so did they give him the bag or did they owe him the bag? That's some dudes need to find out. Because, you know, he's a talented individual, you know. But like I said, between him and Jim Jones, they both claiming Harlem, they both claiming New York. They need to get together because I'm tired of us black men fighting each other, going at each other's throats. When we need to be building our nation, building our youth. You know, Hocus 4-5 got all that drop your flag challenge and all this. But are they really supporting him? Is a little buzz. But they need to get the black together. The holidays is coming. And I'm going to tell you one thing about the holidays. This is the time the feds, the state, they like locking people up. They know people's coming home. People that they've been watching. They had an eye on. Yeah, they're going to come back home to their mother house, their auntie house, their grandmother house. And they snatching dudes up. Dudes is getting drunk. Dudes is partying. You know, once you get locked up, at this time of the year, you might as well kiss your New Year's, Christmas, and your holidays goodbye. And guess what? You might feel the pain, but the kids you left behind, the family you left behind, they really going to feel it. Those going to be the ones that's suffering. So you don't want to do that to your peoples. Nah, that ain't cool. But getting back to these streets, you know, don't be a rapper, but want to be a drug dealer, want to be a street hustler. I remember back in the days when the drug dealers wanted to be the rappers. Now the rappers want to be the drug dealers. The roles reversed. And guess what? It's not good for the blacks. It's not good for us as a people. And everybody that's pushing that knowledge out there for the kids, you know, they pushing the knowledge for the kids. Those few rappers, they try to quiet them down. They try to shut them up. For what? Because they don't want us to motherfucking elevate. But we got social media. Social media's out there. So we got to take the time. We got to take the time to educate our youth. Like I could tell dudes all day war stories, how I put in, how I did all this time in the box, how I was wilding. But why? Why I was wilding? Because I ain't had the guidance. Dudes ain't really teach me the right thing. Dudes use me to be the gun that I was. Put that work in. And that's what I did. I put that work in. I put that work in on the streets, and I put that work in the penitentiary. I put that work in the pens, to the mediums, to the lows, the state, the fed, juvenile. Yeah. But at not one time did anybody be like, yo, come here, young blood. Let me school you. Let me put you on to something. You on a path of destruction. But now that I sit back, I can look back at all that and be like, yo, I was wilding. And then I look back at some of the old heads, yo, they really gave me passes because they could have crushed me. They could have hurt me. I'm coming in the penitentiary at 16 years old and didn't have a clue, thought I was just that bad. Nah, they gave me passes. And I try to school the young ones. And I try to get them passes. I try to let them know, yo, it's bigger than this, man. The 20 plus years I lost out of my life in the penitentiary, I will never get that back. You don't have to do that. Let me show you the way. Let me show you how to build your credit up. Let me show you how to get a house. When your credit's good, you can drive whatever you want to drive. Because today, you can't go into a dealership with a bag full of money to why you want this car. I know you're seeing that in 50 Cent, Get Rich or Die Trying. He came and he got that white Benz through the bag of money. Try that right now. Your ass going to jail. They going to call the feds. They going to get a reward. They going to keep their money. And they got free money now because they got money off of you. And they going to resell that car. It don't work like that. Money is about to be exempt. Everything is credit. You know, and the funny thing, I was just talking to one of my people about credit and how it goes up and down and how certain people was born with good credit. But we're not going to really get into that. We're going to go back to the way of life, what we got to prevent. We got to prevent these penitentiaries. We got to prevent throwing bricks at the penitentiary. Because people commit crime and they don't know the downside of being locked up, going to jail. They don't know you're gonna be in them cells by yourself. And I'm not gonna even front. I cried in them cells plenty of times. Like, when is this ever gonna end? Like, yo, I'm by myself. Like, I gotta do this time. What did I do? You know? And like I said, the tough do to cry. Men do cry in the dark. Men do cry by themselves and then come out that cell and be a whole different character. But nobody don't know the feeling and what you go through when you in them cells by yourself, when you doing that time by yourself. You don't know the hurt you putting your kids through. How you mentally messing their heads up when you got women raising your kids because you don't want no men around your baby mother because you can't accept that either. So you pushing all the men away, calling her, harassing her, giving these letters, sending these letters, and now they got the tablets or laptops or whatever they got in their cells. So now you even more harassing your baby mother or your ex-girlfriend, and you running the men away. And half the men out there, they not doing right for the kids anyway because they just want your baby mother for whatever reason, because she look good, got a fat butt or whatever the case may be. They're not taking the time to raise these kids, to school these kids, none of that. But that's a whole nother story. We get that another time. But yo, you know, I got this nice shirt on. Money tastes good. This is family. Family got their clothesline, you know. They got a lot of stuff going on. And I just had to put that out there. Money tastes good, you know what I'm saying? This is good. Look good. You know, they got the 79. I got to put that out there. 79, I believe, represent the year he was born, you know. But they got all type of fashions. But we get into that later. I just wanted to let him know I repped his joint. He gave me something like, yo, you can wear that, you know. Got the hood, the collar with the hood, you know. I try to make things look good. I try to put it together, you know. So this is for my people. Shout out to the founders, the owners of Money Tastes Good. They got a clothesline out there. I'll get the information. If you like this shirt, you like this giddy up, I'm going to have more stuff. I'm going to wear more stuff of theirs. If you like this brand, hit me in the comments. Money Tastes Good, Wild Bill. Everybody know money tastes good because nobody want to live without it. All dudes want to do is eat, 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 eat. That's what it's about, eating and being happy. On that note, you know, reach out, hit that like button, share, make your comments, and I will get back to you. Peace.